Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know, I of course am the FPL train, and in today's video I'm going to be revealing my team selection ahead of game week 6. Now I say I'm going to reveal it, honestly I'm all over the place currently right now with what my team's going to be ahead of game week 6. I'm still undecided whether or not to wildcard in game week 6. I still haven't activated it, but I am seriously considering it still. It's just been playing on my mind. And you'll understand why as we go along later on. But I have one free transfer for game week 6, and I can tell you I have already made that. I made that pretty much as game week 5 was going on, and again I'll tell you why later on. But before that, let's look back on game week 5, which is always fun, isn't it? Especially for me at the minute, and see how I got on. So as you can see, straight away I'm just going to reveal it all now. I scored 53 points. Awful. Again, the average was 58. I scored 53. I got another red arrow. I can't believe this. I got another red arrow. So I'm not hit 3 million yet, but I'm getting closer and closer to being in the top 3. Jesus Christ. A few weeks ago, game weeks ago, I was in the top 600k. Now I'm having a shocker. And you can see why. So let's talk about it. Starting us off, my goalkeeper. Yep, he didn't get a clean sheet yet again, Martinez. Another absolute stinker. That is now Leicester, Everton and Wolves. He has yet to even get a clean sheet on. I thought start of the season, he looked great. You know, those fixtures, first 5 game weeks looked quality. The only Arsenal game was the difficult one. The rest was fine. He's got one more game week coming up, and then I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know. It's annoying because I paid extra for him as well. Didn't go for a 4.5, went for a 5 million. It's not working out. With my defence, so I've gone for, well, I haven't gone for a 4-man defence. I've had to go for a 4-man defence because Diego Jota didn't play a single minute for Liverpool, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So that meant my back 4 consisted of Davis, who I brought in ahead of Mikalenko, because even though Everton's fixtures are pretty decent, I just don't see them keeping any clean sheet right now. So I took him out, put Davis in, weren't really that confident, being honest, even though they were playing Southampton, and they did concede. So that weren't great, so we got a 2-pointer. Pedro Porro conceded pretty much straight away against Brentford. That was a stinker, so you only got 2. Virgil van Dijk, the only decent player I've got, it feels like at the minute. Got another clean sheet for Liverpool. I'm really glad I at least picked one Liverpool starting defender. Thank God for that. So I got 6 points there. And Robertson, who was originally on my bench, because I wasn't expecting them to keep a clean sheet, got me 2 points. Even though they were looking like they were going to get a clean sheet, because they were dominating that game and then they conceded. So shocking from the defence, but oh my word, this midfield here. Right, so I had Diego Jota. He didn't play, so that was disappointing. I've also had Gibbs White. Oh my word, he got sent off. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I still don't think it was a sending off, but you can't tackle these days, I suppose. So he got his second yellow card, so he's going to be suspended for game week 6, which is, pushing me towards the real wild card, isn't it? But yeah. So he got a -1 overall. So, I mean, to be honest, I've looked at him again. Apart from that Southampton game, we got a 10-pointer. He's not had a great, season yet again. But he's still got good fixtures coming up. I mean, obviously he's not in game week 6, but a -1 is not what I wanted, put it that way. Saka went off at half-time, got a 4-pointer. I'm not worried about that. I mean, he did get an assist against Arsenal, which was decent, but I'm not worried. He's going to start in the next game for Arsenal. So, this is disappointing that he only got 4 points. Smith Rowe. I mean, I love that I've got Smith Rowe. Another goal for him. That's 8 points because he got a bonus point on top of that. So, buzzing about that. My captain was Cole Palmer again. So, that's 3 weeks in a row I've gone for Palmer. And every week, bloody Ireland's outperformed him. But at least he scored this time. So, he got me 8 points. Plus, the 8 for captaincy. So, 16 overall there. So, I'll definitely take that. Much better than a blank, isn't it? And then my 2 strikers, of course, were Erling Haaland, who obviously scored yet again. I mean, that guy's in hot form. Don't think he deserved the 3 bonus points, but they gave him anyway. So he got 9 points there. Could have had 18, but I ended up 9. And Jamie Vardy, my second transfer I brought, got me nothing. Well, he got me 2 points, but he blanked. Which was... I can't be too annoyed because I was really tossed to the coin with him and Calvert-Lewin, both on blank. So yeah, can't be too well. It was crap basically, wasn't it? So yeah, another stinker of a game week there. 53 points, just really dreadful. So then, let's talk about my team then for game week 6. So this is how my team is currently set up. So I've got to go for a 4-4-2 just because I have no bench. Cannon and Barco don't play for their clubs at the minute, and Gibbs White is suspended. So I currently have no bench options. Now you could say, wow, I could have transferred one of them out, you know, and had a bench option, but I didn't because, like I said earlier, I had one free transfer and I made it straight away because Diego Jota didn't play a single minute for Liverpool, and I reacted quickly. Put it that way. I was really frustrated because, you know, I was really happy with Jota at the start of the season, but he went off early in midweek in the Champions League, so I kind of expected him to start. So for him not to start and not even get a minute, it just really annoyed me. It's also annoyed me he played last night and scored, so that's frustrating. So I don't really see him playing again at the weekend, if I'm being honest, even though he did score. But yeah, I've reacted and I've taken him out and I've put in Boomer in. But we'll start off then. So in goal, Martinez against Ipswich. I mean, I would say expect a clean sheet, but the way it's been going, I don't really. Robinson's got a tough game against Forest. Hopefully the fact that Gibbs White ain't there is going to make them weaker, so we'll see about that. Pedro Porro's got a difficult game against United, I think. I can't quite decide on that. I mean, United were awful last night, so yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I ain't got a clue how that's going to go. I mean, how bad Man United can be, are at the back. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if they do score and Pedro Porro gets an assist, which would be buzzing. But yeah, we'll see. Virgil van Dijk's got Wolves away. I'll take that. I mean, I think they'll do right there. Davis, I don't really think he's going to be getting a clean sheet against Villa, do you? I mean, he was going to be on my bench originally. When I made these transfers last week, he was meant to be on my bench this week, but Gibbs White decided to go, no, I'm not going to let you have that. I'm going to, you know, ruin your week. So yeah, Davis, unfortunately, he's going to start. I've got Mbumu now, so he's got West Ham at home. I mean, I did want to bring in Mbumu anyway, so it's Jota kind of forced me hand in a way, but I mean, I always had my eyes set on him, so hopefully he continues to score more goals. He's already got 4 goals this season. Let's hope that continues. Decent fixture against West Ham, because West Ham have started off terribly this season, really. Smith Rowe's got, obviously, Forest away. Hopefully he does well there. Saka's got Leicester. He's a good shout-out for captain. I'm not decided yet on whether to go for Haaland or Saka. No, my luck, I'll go for Saka and Haaland will get an hat-trick, or I'll go for Haaland and Saka will score an hat-trick. So we'll see how that one goes. But I am leaning towards Saka, which just sounds so stupid because I keep failing with this Haaland thing. But yeah, Saka's got Leicester, which is a great fixture to be fair. And Palmer's got Brighton at home. I ain't confident about that one because Brighton look bloody good. And my 2 strikers are Vardy away at Arsenal. Let's just say this is the old Vardy, he can score against the top 6 still. But I've not got any high hopes for him at all. And Newcastle away for Haaland. Now, I like to think that's a difficult fixture, but this is Erling Haaland and he's just an absolute beast at the minute. So we'll have to see. Fingers crossed though, you know, he actually blanks if I captain Saka. So obviously if I do captain Haaland, I'll be a bit frustrated. But yeah, that is how my team is currently look. So let's look at a possible wildcard that I could end up doing before we end this video. Because at the minute, as you can see, I'm not really too fond of this team set up for game week 6. So then, this is how the team would look if I did a wildcard. Now, there are a few players that have stayed in my team. So, for example, Vladimirson of Brentford, the backup goalkeeper. I mean, there's no 3.9 million goalkeeper at the minute, so I may as well keep him for now. Likes of Robinson is still in there, as is Davis of Ipswich. I've kept Saka and Smith Rowe and Mbumu and Cole Palmer. So that's 4 of my 5 midfielders I've kept. And I've also kept Vardy and Haaland, which, you know, you could be a bit shocked about that because, you know, Vardy's not a great pick, really. And this does leave me 0.1 in the bank, so you can understand why I went for Vardy. There's not a great deal of options, you know, below the 5.7 mil mark up front. But we'll talk about the guys that I've obviously brought in then. So, wow, I've not made this, you know, wildcard. I'm not activated wildcard, but this is what I could do. So I could take out Martinez, you know, 5 million goalkeeper, and bring in a 4.6 goalkeeper in Sanchez. Look, Sanchez, you know, doesn't get, you know, much credit for Chelsea. A lot of Chelsea fans say he's not that good, but he did well against Bournemouth. Saved that penalty, didn't he? And Chelsea, they've not looked too bad, to be fair. Now, their fixtures coming up, you know, Brighton's going to be a tough game, but Forest, they might do alright. But they do have a little bit of a terrible run, so that is putting me off a little bit of making this one. But ideally, would I go for Martinez over Sanchez or Sanchez over Martinez? I prefer Martinez, to be honest, just because of the fixtures long term. I mean, look, Pickford's got probably decent, well, he has got decent fixtures, but I just don't see him keeping a clean sheet. And Ederson and Man City, it just costs too much. So that's why I've not gone for him. The back line, so the 3 players are brought in, well, the 3 players are chosen, should say, Saliba. I feel like you have to have an Arsenal defender for these next 3 fixtures. I mean, come on, Leicester and Southampton at home. Then they've got, well, I was going to say Southampton, it's Bournemouth away. Great 3 fixtures there. Pretty much, that feels like an 18 points in 3 game weeks. Got Konate, he was just, I needed a Liverpool player for this game week, I felt like, coming up. So, you know, he's the cheapest starting Liverpool defender you can have, which is great. But after that, his fixtures aren't too great, if I'm being honest. And he doesn't give a lot of attacking returns, so he's not an option I'm overall happy with, really. And then the final option is Collins of Brentford. And Brentford have a decent run of fixtures coming up now, with the likes of West Ham, Wolves, United, Ipswich, Fulham, Bournemouth, Everton and Leicester. So that's a good run they can go on. It's 4.5. He starts. Just makes sense to go for somebody like him. So the midfielder, obviously the only change is Harry Winks. 4.5 million defender, as you can tell, that was just literally just to make them, you know, money up really. Well, that's just all I could afford, basically. And my 3 strikers then, so I've upgraded on obviously Cannon, and I've gone for an 8.1 million striker in Havertz. Now, he hasn't had the best season so far, but he did score the other night. But like I've just said with Saliba, those 3 fixtures coming up, Leicester and Southampton at home, and then Bournemouth away. You can't ignore that. I mean, I reckon he could smash it, possibly. We'll have to see. But something, I feel more comfortable having a triple Arsenal, but he's not the best option in the world, I guess, but it's somebody I think might be worth going for. And then, yeah, and obviously got Harden and Vardy alongside him. So it's not a massive change to my team, really, is it? So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 changes. So I think that was about, what? It's not, minus 18. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. Do I wildcard in this game week or do I leave it? I mean, don't get me wrong. If I wildcard, will that be my final outcome? Probably not. I probably will make a few more changes. But if I was to wildcard, one thing I definitely want is an Arsenal defender. That is for sure. I want, well, you got to have Haaland. I want Saka for the fixtures. Those are like the main ones for me personally. But yeah, everything else is up for grabs really. I mean, I think Smith Rowe at the minute is nailed on for me as well, just because he's cheap and he scores goals. But yeah, that is how my wildcard team is currently looking if I was to wildcard. Obviously, I've got a few days, well, day and a half already to change, my mind, but we'll have to see. But yeah, that is it then for this video. So let me know what you think. Do you think I should completely leave the wildcard or should I go for it? Should I just stay with having Mbeumo, go for that 4-4-2 formation, or do I have this team where I can play a 3-5-2? Because let's face it, nobody likes playing 4 at the back these days because nobody seems to be able to keep a clean sheet, except probably Liverpool and Arsenal at the minute. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are doing ahead of Game Week 6. And before you go as well, please as well, do not forget to like this video. Even if you didn't, just like it anyway. That would do me wonders. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all on the next one.